What is up, guys? Second YouTube video on the books right now. Let's get it started. So you might be wondering what we are doing today. I just put a poll on my Instagram this morning. By the way, my main account is on the screen now, and now my photography account. Go follow those, updates, exclusive content, whatever you want. And the total is street photography. Will that focus? Nope. So here's how street photography is going to work on this channel. I'm going to be putting my GoPro on my chest with a chest mount, and then it's going to be like this POV type photography. You're going to see what I see. I might do a voiceover, I might not. We'll see how it goes. But I'm going to be filming and then taking pictures with my camera, so it's going to be on my chest. You're seeing, I'm just restating it at this point. It's pretty easy. We have made it into Pittsburgh, so I am gonna find a place to start recording, and then it's just gonna be POV photography from here, so enjoy. Alright guys, coming at you with that voiceover, you know how it be. So I started out right beside my car. I saw this cool little trolley stop station and I tried to get a picture. It came out like this. Pretty good, not too bad, good first image. So I walk back, turn around, I'm trying to get the exposure just right on these buildings, and I think it's an okay shot. Nothing too special, but I like how the colors play off and the lighting on it. So I walk around the corner right across the parking lot, and bam, I see this old Toyota Camry. So take a picture, the glare's a bit, I should have put a CPL on, but take the picture, looking around, boom. This one turns out pretty okay, but do a turnaround, flip it, portrait mode, and I think that this one is a lot better. So I'm trying to get a picture of that mailbox, but nothing was just working out with it. So I'm walking and I look right, and boom, there's this iron wrought fence with a light behind it. It has pretty good lighting and contrast, so I take a picture and it looks like this. I like it, I like how the colors play with each other, but I don't know, it's just missing a certain something to it. So walking around and I notice a fence again, so obviously the theme for tonight is black fences with gold lighting, but looking around, taking a picture, and I snap this. It has good leading lines, it has a nice light, but it doesn't really have much of a subject, so there's that. So I keep walking down the street and I see this Chinatown Inn, and I'm just trying to get the frame right, looking for it. I wasn't really too sure how I liked it, but it turned out okay. So there's this really cool building with these stairs in front of it. The contrast is pretty cool, but I just can't seem to get a good angle on it. To go around the car, I have it down so you guys can see, and I think that this angle is pretty good, and I snapped these two pictures. So I'd say that they're probably a 1.5, 2 out of 5. So not bad, but not great. Keep walking down the street and I see this really cool empty parking lot that I'm thinking is going to look really good with my Superior 100 film sim default style for Capture One. So wrist strap's just bugging me, trying to get the exposure just right, looking at it, and I snapped this picture. Pretty cool, but I'm like, I can get better, I can get a better angle on if I get closer. So I pull up, adjusting, I zoom in a bit to, I believe it's about 35, yeah, I zoom into 35 mils, and I snap this picture. The green just works really well with the tan building, the brick looks cool, and it's just on point. So I look around, see this wall, and I'm kind of trying to do this divided picture type style, and I don't know, what do you guys think about it? I think it's okay. So walking down the street, I cross. I really wasn't too sure what I was going for with this. Either there wasn't enough happening, the lighting could have been better, or something else could have changed in these two photos. But I mean, you gotta learn somehow. I'm still kind of new at it, so you gotta snap what you can. Keep walking up the street and I see this grass reflecting off of this polished granite or some sort of stone in front of the Oxford Center. So like, yeah, this could actually be pretty cool, lead into it, have a focused middle frame, and I think it's a pretty dope pick. But just kind of looking for the good exposure, the backlit setting, and this tree looks pretty cool with the buildings, the isolation of it, and I mean the backlighting is just on point for it. So keep walking down the street, looking around, and I noticed this really cool, I think it's near Duquesne University, I might be wrong, Pittsburgh natives, don't kill me. So I'm looking, I'm trying to frame it up right, and there is this tree in the way that I completely forgot to take out of the frame. So I moved down a bit, readjust, and I snapped this picture. Now, this is pretty cool. I feel like the framing might have been a bit better, but the
cultural aspect and the architectural aspect of it is pretty dope. So looking around, this is right to the left of it, and there's this very uniform colored building, but the way that the light is playing off of it, it's lit more towards the middle or bottom, and it is just playing well with the sun. So walking down right beside this building, and I see this really interesting road closed sign, and what I didn't notice until later is that the fence has like this nice green tint to it that really works well for the photos. So I'm looking, I'm trying to adjust. I don't really know how I want the exposure, so I'm kind of underexposing, so that way whatever highlights are there, I can bring the shadows up pretty easily. So from this angle, I'm getting okay photos, but not exactly what I want. So I go around and I readjust, and I take these next few photos, and they are some of my favorite from this night. So right across the street, there's the PITTSBURGH building, and this is like very much the style I want for my street photography, you know, the colors, the contrast, all of that. So I'm trying to frame up, you know, this arrow, this sign that's kind of on the corner, and it looks pretty cool, but like I've noticed, I just feel like I'm missing something from a lot of my photos. So walking around trying to find a good place, and I look up and I see, this could be a cool framing. It could kind of seal off the picture and isolate the building, but I look to my right and I managed to get one of my favorite photos from the night. I'm giving this a 3 out of 5 stars. It just has the color, the contrast, the pop that I'm really looking for. The glare in the windows is really, really good. So I go up this elevator right on top of that building, actually, the parking garage, and I'm like, I could love a cityscape, and right as I say that, I see this. So first I take a picture of this elevator tower just to get a little warm up, just to get a feel for the top of the building, and I notice this entrance and exit to the parking garage down there, and I get these few pictures. So I'm adjusting the cityscape. I'm trying to find the right exposure because I know it's going to be easier to bring up the shadows with this Fuji film than it is for the highlights. So I'm exposing. I like the glare of this black building because you can still tell it's like black, but it has that nice color to it. Kind of framing the Highmark building. I wish I would have had my 85mm on me, but I just have a couple good pictures, and I'm like, hey, where else can I go? Look up. If I'm holding my leg on the railing right here, I can get some pretty cool, you know, from the top street photos. So I snap a couple of these pictures. I'm thinking that they're pretty cool. Maybe not my best work, maybe like a 1.5 out of 5, maybe a 2. So I get down off the parking garage. I'm walking around like, this sign is just, the red will clash with the cyan of the building, and it's just really good. So right inside of there is this parking garage. It has the entrance exit that you guys see there. The yellows are just working well, and the colors, I don't know. Exposure's a little off, but colors are pretty good. So I walk up to this park, and I'm thinking of finding a good photo, but the first photo that I just showed you just wasn't working. I come up, I see these benches, I'm like, maybe this could be something good, but nothing's just working. So I'm like, yo, what if I would frame the other benches with this bench? And I snapped these photos, and I'd say they're probably a 2 out of 5. Pretty good contrast. It shows you exactly what you should look for through the loop. As I get out of the park, I couldn't find anything else in there to photograph that I liked. I walk up and see this 100 Ross Street building, and I'm framing it, I'm looking, and I get this picture. It is just exactly what I'm looking for. So we're back right by that first photo location I took at Station Square, the trolley stop, and I get this picture, and it is just really, really clean, really simple, and I love it. 2.2 out of 5. Walk up the escalator, I'm at this train station, and I get this next series of images. I'm not sure which ones I like best. None of them are definitely keepers or, you know, something I'm gonna sell maybe in the future, but they're still pretty good to learn. Kind of over it, kind of not sure what else I'm getting. It's just not in the mood. And down by the corner of the trolley stop, I see this building. I initially wanted those 3 diamonds that you saw, but I snapped that picture. The colors are on point. Everything is just working well. One of the final pictures I want is this very contrasty, high color difference picture, and it is just working well. Lining up for the last picture of the night, I'm like, this guy will just be framed perfectly and silhouetted, on point, perfect.
And that is my first POV street photography video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm currently in Savannah, Georgia right now. I am filming and taking pictures and prepping for the next Sunday's YouTube video. Might be Thursday. Do not quote me on that. It depends on how much footage I have, how many pictures I have, and how long it takes me to edit. whatever. That's it for today's video. I'm stoked to be bringing you guys this and the Savannah trip next. So until then, I will see you on the flip side. Peace.